Hi, this is Jeff Wilson, and you're watching My Take. Now this is about a move that we used a lot in 1995 at the Rugby World Cup. A lot of new guys had come into the team. Andrew Merton's really creative, but of course we want to go to the outside. But it's actually in 1996 where it wins us a game against the Wallabies in Brisbane. And it was really simple. It wasn't that complicated, but it was all about having multiple options. Game's on the lines, 25 all. What does Mertz do? Reads the option. Joe Roth, he shot the gap, which means the seam is there. And Mertz, deceptively quick, took the hole and gone. Draws second to last man, gives it to Cully. I'm on the outside, open, free, ready to score in the right-hand corner, win the game for the All Blacks. The crowbar sits in his right arm. He's not giving it up, Cully. Not giving up. Doesn't even dummy. Just decides he's going to step on the inside. What does he do? He gets tripped over. Face flat on the ground. George Gregan, he overruns it. He's gone. He misses it. He couldn't get his hands on the ball. And then, like a good centre, in support, Frank Bunce picks it up, scores the try.
Yes! Frank Bunce! Unbelievable comeback. Frank Bunce has got the winner.
The timing was brilliant.
Right into the gap he went, set coloured up. Wilson probably would have run it in on the right wing. That looked as though it was it. Bunce was there screaming for it, and they just couldn't hold him.
It was all about execution. We'd practiced that move over and over and over again, hundreds of times, multiple option, and it won us a test match. Number one for most players is your debut. The first time you get an opportunity to play a test match. I'd been on tour, played a number of other games, but my first test was at Murrayfield against Scotland. It was 0 degrees. It was so cold. It was ridiculous how freezing it was. We got changed in a marquee because the stadium was only half finished. So we're changing outside. I think the only time in a test match I wore a long sleeve jersey.
They call him Goldie, the golden boy.
Understanding, I suppose, that moment, doing a haka in a test match, singing the national anthem, and then trying to carry on the legacy of the All Blacks. The first time you have to do that, and it's not a tour game, it's a test match.
Opportunity, flicks a good pass away to Wilson. Wilson clear, gets past Jordan, and a brilliant try for Jeff Wilson. It came out of nothing. And another try on debut to Jeff Wilson.
And it was unbelievable, just a great moment, something I'll always be proud of. Helped that I didn't play too bad, had a good day at the office, which is always satisfying.
Timu, little kick for Wilson. This could be another one for Jeff Wilson. Controls it and scores it. 2 tries today for Jeff Wilson.
But I think to have experienced that with some great players, with some individuals, and to do it actually against one of my heroes growing up in Gavin Hastings, who was playing in the opposition, to me it was a dream come true.
Forster pulls it out. Wilson's coming in as a decoy. No, he's not. He's through again. It's number 3, Jeff Wilson. Absolutely brilliant.
Second one is when you're a part of making history for the All Blacks. And in 1996, we went on tour to South Africa. It was a strange tour because there were 4 test matches, but the first test didn't count for the tour. It counted towards the Tri-Nations at the time, and then we had a 3-test series against South Africa where we went back to the country where we hadn't been able to secure our Rugby World Cup the year before. So we go on tour. It took everything out of us. We dreamt about being the first team to do that, to create history, the first All Black side to win a series there. And to do that, to go to Durban in challenging circumstances.
They do it immediately. The referee's whistle goes for the end of the match. New Zealand deserving of that victory. New Zealand winners by 23 points to 19.
And then to go to Pretoria and have to play to the 81st minute.
Can the All Blacks keep them out? Here they go. Again they get it low. Another go at it. Still short of the line. Ball's up to Justin Marshall. And that's it! Oh yes! They've done it!
To hold on and to do something no other All Black team had done was just, you know, something that as a team and as a group of people and individuals, we know how much it took, how much it meant, and for us, how proud we were of what we'd achieved.
New Zealand has at last won a Test series in South Africa.
So there's always a moment in your career where you think you may have changed the outcome of a Test match. And the second Test against South Africa in Pretoria in 1996, when we knew that it was going to be incredibly challenging to close out a series, to do something that had never been done before. It was incredibly intense.
Zinzan off the back, away from Marshall. Away from Cullen to Wilson to show his pace. Now he can kick and chase. He leads the charge. Oh, Jeff Wilson, superb. Absolutely brilliant.
Has this man got skills or what? The speed of the man is unbelievable.
For me to score one of my best tries in the All Black jersey in that moment, at that time, is something that I'll never forget. I won't lie, every time I see it, it brings a smile to my face because it helped a group of men do something that had never been done before. When you talk about the greatest match I've ever been a part of, and you talk about being around an All Black side and a complete performance, there are some rivalries that clearly stand out, and we have our Northern Hemisphere rivalries, we have South Africa, but the Bledisloe Cup and Australia, but what we did to them at Athletic Park in 1996, in the most miserable conditions you could ever experience in a Test match, was, I think, one of the greatest performances I'd ever been a part of, and showed the ability and character of that group of players. And given the fact it was windy, it was rainy, it was muddy, it was incredibly difficult to execute skills. As a team, we've gone out there and it was almost perfect, almost flawless. And to win by 40-odd points, and not just to physically and mentally, but skill-wise, completely annihilate the Wallabies.
And Zinzan Brook is running hard. And he's given it to Wilson.
That was special. You know, that, to me, there are some statement performances about teams, and that was certainly one of them. So you have proud moments in your career, and when you're trying to achieve something with a group of players and you're trying to get to the very, very top, where you can say you're a champion. In 1998, we did that with the Otago provincial side. I was grateful to have played in front of students and the hardcore Otago fans who had turned up in the main stand for years. The fans were always there, and it was a fantastic afternoon game at Carisbrook. It's absolutely packed. It's shoulder to shoulder, you know, chest to chest on the terraces, and for 80 minutes it was like a celebration because we got out fast, out of the gate quick, and then all of a sudden it was like the last 20 minutes of let's get this over. It's time to party.
Otago have won the NPC First Division.
To have done that in front of our home fans in Dunedin and gave them something to celebrate, man, it was cool. It was awesome.